Yo, what's up everybody? It's MK420 back at it again.
In
And
a
today
dark
we're back
void.
with our
Mortal
part
Kombat
2 of
Press the
my
cross
top
button.
10 favorite animalities. I guess if you put the part 1 video and this video together, it will be top 20 for characters. So if you guys
Campaign.
want, make sure to drop
Story.
a like,
Fight your
subscribe,
way through a
comment, turn
cinematic
on
story.
notifications, all that good stuff. Make
Cross
sure you
button
check out
confirm.
the top
Left
10
and right button.
brutalities,
Select campaign
the
mode.
top 10
Up
fatalities
and down
part
button. Change category.
2, the
button
top
open
10
combat
animalities part 1. This is top 10 animalities part 2. Now, as for top 10 brutalities part 2, that will not be happening. I feel like I kind of got all my favorite brutalities in that top 10 brutalities video, so there won't be a part 2. But there is parts 1 and 2 of
Mortal
the
Kombat 1.
fatalities
cross button.
videos. If you guys haven't seen those, and part 1 of the animalities has been uploaded. So here we are today with part 2 of the top 10 favorite animalities in MK1. So let's
Campaign.
hop into our very
Versus.
first character.
Customize. Fatalities. Retreat.
Alrighty.
I want to play a game.
Choose fighter. Quan Chi. Cross button select. Homelander. Cross button select.
Now our
Directional
10th
buttons.
spot here is
Navigate.
actually from Homelander.
T1. Choose Cameo.
T1000. Frost. Shujenko. Living Forest.
Welcome to Fatality. Move.
Alright, let me look up what his
Finishers. Animality.
animality is real
Left
quick.
freedom wing. Left button. Right button. Down button. Circle button. Up it.
Finish him.
So this takes number
Homelander
10.
turns into a red, white, and blue griffin, then hurls the victim upward. He cleaves them at the waist with his talons, then shoots lasers from his eyes until they explode into a shower of fried flesh globs.
Animality. Homelander wins.
Retry
The
fatality.
only thing I didn't
Cross
like
button
about
confirmed.
this animality is
Up
the
and down
fact
button.
that he has to
Navigate.
use the American colors game. Like, that's a little too on the nose. But hey, it made the top 10 list. It's at top 10. It's better than not being on the list at all. So that's that. Moving on to the next one. Alright, the number 9.
You like to
Our
play a
second
game?
one here
Choose fighter. Conan.
will actually be from Conan.
Conan.
Choose
T1000. Frost. Shujenko. Havoc's Citadel.
And this one I kinda like. It is a little
Welcome to fatality
creative, and
practice.
it would be a crappy
Slow,
way to
secreted,
die.
Move. Cameo moves.
That's all I'm gonna
Finisher.
say.
Animality. Mid. No bull. Down button. Left button. Down button. Circle button.
Conan throws his sword, then transforms into an ancient bull. He charges, spears the victim's head with a horn, then bucks while slamming their body around. He spins to slice them along the blade of his sword where it is lodged in the ground.
Animality. Conan wins.
That is one angry bull.
Retry fatality.
Somebody needs to get him
Cross-
under
character
control and
select.
back into his cage, dang it. And that one is pretty cool for a guest character, so that takes the number 9 slot. For
Choose fighter.
sure.
Sector. Cross
Number
button select.
8 is
Directional
actually
button.
going to go to Sector here.
T1000. Frost.
I do like hers,
Shujenko.
and you'll see in a second. It's another quick, brutal
Welcome to
one,
fatality practice.
but I would not.
Move. Finisher. Animality.
I'll just put it
Mid,
to you all
going
this
to
way.
be
I would
wild.
not want to. I would
Left
not
button.
want to go out like
Right
this.
button. Left button. Right button. Up and down.
Sector turns into a rhino and rams the victim. She shoves them across the ground, scraping off their skin, then stomps their torso.
Animality. Sector wins.
It's quick.
Retry fatality.
It's brutal.
Cross button confirm. Up and down
Ugh.
button.
All
Navigate.
right.
Character.
Alright, my number 7th slot here.
Choose fighter. Takeda. Shang Tsung. Cross button select. Directional button.
Number 7
General
slot
Shao. Cross button select.
is actually going to go to
Directional
General
buttons.
Shao.
General Shao. T1000. Frost. The Hourglass. Shujenko.
Welcome to Mid. Spin side. Move.
Alright, let me see if I can.
Finish. Animality.
We're
Mid,
gonna
their
take a hit right
necessities.
here while we look
Left
at the
button.
invite.
Down button. Down button. Circle button.
Jim.
General Shao transforms into a grizzly bear. He lopes forward to swipe his claws at the victim, then clamps his jaws into their back while thrashing them around. He sinks his teeth into their head, crushing it.
General Shao wins.
Retry fatality. Cross button
That's a
confirmed.
horrible way
Up
to
and
go
down
out,
button.
especially by a
Navigate.
bear. No thanks. And that's why General Shao deserves the number 7th slot on this list.
Character
Now we go to the number 6 slot on this list.
Choose fighter. General Shao. Shang Tsung. Takeda. Cross button select. Directional buttons. Navigate.
And it's
General
actually
Shao. Sindel. Reiko.
Reiko.
T-1000. Frost. Shujenko. The Maze.
Welcome to Taylor. Move.
There we go. Forward,
Reiko
down, down,
transforms
square.
into a
Okay.
ram with huge curved horns. He knocks the
Ow.
victim back with a forceful charge. As they vomit blood, Reiko's second charge carves straight
Ow!
through them.
Talk about getting impaled. Good lord.
Reiko wins.
That's one angry,
Retry fatality.
ram.
Cross button confirmed.
I guess you could
Up and
say
down button. Navigate.
you've been skewered. That was a really bad joke. Alright, now we're getting into our top 5 here.
Character select.
So we're halfway through the list. So with us being halfway through this list, I think it's time
Choose
we
fighter.
take a break and
Reiko.
take a hit.
Cross button select. Directional buttons.
Alright.
Navigate. Square button random select. Circle button back.
And our next animality.
Raven. Cross button. Sindel. General Shao. Cross button select. Sindel. Cross button select. Directional buttons. Navigate. Square button random select. Reiko. Raven. Cross button select.
Goes to Raven.
Raiden. T-1000. Frost. Shujenko. Living Forest.
Welcome to Fatality Practice. Learn the inputs and the correct distance. Close.
Alright.
The storm's arrival. Move list.
So our 7th one here.
Finishers. Base. Animality. Mid.
I gotta look at
electrify.
the input again.
Down button. Left button. Down button. Circle button.
Okay.
Raiden transforms into a huge electric eel before constricting the victim, flooding them with electricity until their head erupts in a fountain of blood, spewing bits of skull and brain.
Animality.
That one's awesome. That's a reference to his animality from, I believe, UNK3.
Retry fatality.
But I could be
Cross
wrong.
button confirmed.
But that's what gets
Up and
it the
down
number
button.
3rd spot.
Navigate.
It gets it the number 3rd spot on this list, at least.
Character.
Now let's move on to our second one here.
I want to play a game.
Choose fighter. Raiden. Cross button. Liu Kang.
And that
Cross
would
button
be
select. Directional button. Choose Kamiya.
T-1000. Frost.
Liu Kang.
Shujenko. The Gateway.
Now I know what Liu Kang is about to turn into.
Welcome to Fatality. Close. Double
And
jump.
I think it's perfect. This is so perfect for him.
Liu Kang turns into a giant phoenix and wraps his wings around the victim. An inferno engulfs them, reducing them to a huge pile of ash and bones. Liu Kang bursts from the ash in a pillar of fire.
Animality.
Hell yeah.
Kang wins.
See, when I think Liu Kang, I think bicycle kicks,
Retry fatality.
high-low fireball,
Cross button confirmed.
quick 3-hit
Down
strings,
Navigate.
and Shaolin humbleness. So, and now when I think of Liu Kang, I'm gonna think of giant fiery phoenixes. You'll love to see it.
Character.
In number 1 on our top 10 favorite animalities part 2 list here
Choose fighter. Liu Kang.
goes
Button
to
select.
a
Directional
character
buttons.
that I don't play,
Navigate. Square button random
but it's
select.
a character that I
Circle
hate
button
fighting against. But when I can get a victory over this character, it makes me feel happy. But first of all, honorable mention, Shang Tsung's Snake. That's the honorable mention. And that
Johnny
is
Cage.
Johnny Cage, T-1000.
Johnny Cage.
Frost, Shujinko, Ying Fortress.
Now, for all of my horror movie buffs out there, I want
Welcome
you to
fatality
listen to the
practice.
audio
Learn the
description.
inputs and the correct distance for each fatality.
And
Cross button.
for all my
Unlimited.
horror movie fans
Circle
out
button.
there, you'll get
Time.
this reference.
Close. Hollywood Walk of Pain.
Johnny Cage stands with the victim on a film set and dons a shark costume as a clapperboard appears. Now in the ocean, Johnny is a great white shark who chomps the victim, making them burst into bloody chunks.
Animality. Johnny Cage wins.
Basically, he
fatality.
creates the
Cross button
famous
confirmed.
boat biting
Down
scene
button.
from Jaws,
Navigate.
where Jaws comes out the water and like bites the guy in half off the boat, or bites the boat in half. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've listened to that movie. But that's definitely the number one on this list for part two, for sure. It was an honorable mention to my part one, and it was going to originally be on that list, but I wanted to make a part two, and I figured if I did make a part two, it was definitely going to be in the top three, and it took the number one slot. But these are just my opinions. If you haven't yet seen it, like I said, we have the Fatalities, Top 10 Part 1 and Part 2 uploaded, Top 10 Animalities Part 1, and now here we are with Top 10 Animalities Part 2. Also check out Top 10 Brutalities as well. But with that being said, you guys, we're going to take our final hit here.
Character select. Campaign.
And with that being
Story.
said,
Fight your way through a cinematic scene. Cross button
I've been
confirmed.
MK420.
Left and right button. Select campaign
God
mode.
bless, stay safe,
Up and down button.
and
Change
I will
category.
see all of you
Touchpad
beautiful
button.
people
Open combat card.
next time. Peace.